Hello, Godot. Today we're going to briefly go over doing a documentation pass on your project. As always, if you have any questions, please leave a comment or contact me on Reddit and I'll do my best to respond in a timely fashion. I've also started a Discord server for my projects where you can keep up to date with what I've been working on. The invite link for it is in the description, along with the timestamps for this video. As a follow-up to my previous video on project structure and maintenance, today I'm going to show you how I do documentation passes on my scripts. This is something you should get in the habit of doing as you go, or at least once in a while during the creation of your game. This is another way that we clean and maintain our tools as quality game artisans. So let's get right into it. Here I have a script from Cats vs. Aliens. You can see that I've named it in accordance with the rules and advice from the previous video, and you probably already can tell that this is the script that handles my characters. In building this script, I didn't use pseudocode or document as I went. As I've mentioned in the past, I tend to iterate quickly to basically brute force my way through the puzzle of making a system work. It's a great feeling to make something work, and getting to that point is crucial to my continued desire to create games. However, this can lead to the problem where I've done a thing and it works, but now I don't know exactly why. This is where a documentation pass helps. It gives me a chance to reread my code, make sense of it from another angle, and sometimes even improve the systems. First, I'm going to name my sections of variables. I find doing this very helpful in keeping things neat and orderly and keeping me accountable to my rubber ducks so I can understand why I'm doing things a certain way. On my longer scripts, I do this with my functions as well, but my handlers generally don't need that extra step. Next, I'm going to go function by function and put comments above each regarding what that function does. Most of my function names are pretty obvious, but this still helps when I can't always name everything precisely for a particular use. While I'm doing this, if I find any parts I left out or things I want to change, I'll make a to-do comment with the description. Last, I'm going to go through my functions one by one and make sure I understand them. If at any point I find myself asking, why the hell did I do that? I'm going to figure out why the hell I did that, and then put a comment directly in the function. I try to avoid doing too many of these, but they can be extremely helpful in troubleshooting and diagnosing problems later. I'm also going to go ahead and clean up any commented code and print statements that I added during creation and debugging. This lets everything end up looking nicer and gives me a feeling of satisfaction that I actually made progress. In conclusion here, I want to note that I do passes like this every time I've done a big refactor or finished implementing a system. It is a better practice to document changes as you go, but my brain is not wired in a way to let that happen easily for me. Doing documentation passes after the fact gives me time away from creating new things and time to reflect on what I've done so far, internalize the concepts and structure, and just generally review everything I've created. I find it helpful, and as I've said before, and I will say again, the best way to do a solo project like this is to do it in a way that works for you. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing, as I'm considering doing additional videos on project maintenance, management, and completion as I muddle through this whole solo dev thing. If you have a particular facet of this discipline that you'd like me to cover in a video, please let me know in the comments so I can know what topics you'd like to explore. Also, just in case you're interested, I uploaded a basic folder structure and script templates to GitHub for you to use when starting projects. The repo's README has the basic information you'll need to get started. Also again, if you have any questions about this video, or just have a thought you'd like to put out, or just want to give me a quick hello, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to respond in a timely fashion. Best of luck out there, and happy Godoting!